Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to CommunityFIT, and in particular, another MoveLab class. As Alicia mentioned just a little bit ago, we are in week 2 of our MoveLab experience. Last week we had foundations. This week we're moving into sensation, or tapping into our senses as a vessel for movement and stress relief, and all of the stuff we're going to be covering this week through MoveLab and stress reset. So I hope you'll join for the entire week as we explore senses. So go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to start here in just a moment. As always, there's 1.5 rules to MoveLab. The first rule is whatever you're doing, you are doing it totally and completely correctly, because there is absolutely no wrong way to move. In fact, as we move through today, I'm hoping that you go, oh, that's actually not for me, or I really love this. I'm going to write this thing down or memorize this thing and do it later. Being really, really clear on what works for you and what doesn't work for you. The 0.5 rule is don't do what I do. Don't try to mimic and move the way that I move, because that is indicative of my history, my body, how it is I've experienced movement for a very long time now. So move like you. As always, we are going to roll through the class. We're going to have a little breathing exercise right into nervous system warm-ups, and then into our movement experience. I'll stick around at the end for questions and responses. You can always email me. I put it in the chat for you. It's james@jamescrater.com. So without any further ado, go ahead and get comfortable. And we're going to have listening for breath today. So super simple, super simple. All you're going to do is breathe and listen to the sound of your own breath. So inhale, exhale. If you have a style of breathing you like to do, a certain way to inhale, a certain way to exhale, do that. But just breathe and listen to the sound of air coming in and air moving out. Now, if that's already difficult for you, keep doing that. I'd like to involve another sense. Go ahead and rest one hand on your chest. Take your inhale, feel the air move into your hand, meaning feel your ribs, feel your muscles, feel your lungs expand and release underneath that hand. Can you remove the hand and still feel the ribs and the lungs move? Listening for the sound of your own breath as you listen for what it feels like to move. Two more. One more. Then bring your hands together, get them warmed up, place the warmth onto the front of your throat or jaw. Kinesthetic sense, or the touch sense, is one of the senses, so just feel that. Feel yourself seated. How do you know you're seated in the way that you're seated versus some other way to sit? Meaning, what's touching you right now? What's touching the back of the legs, the side of the legs? What's touching your rear end? What is or is not touching your backside? How do you know you're sitting the way you are versus some other way? One more breath here. Right hand goes on left throat, big heavy hand draws to middle as I twist my face. Literally look for something over there and look how far behind you in that direction can you look. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Other hand. Big heavy hand draws to middle as I twist my face and I literally look for something behind me. Take an inhale. Exhale back to center. Hand, eyes, breathe. Hand draws to middle, eyes look, breathe. Keep all of the bones in your body totally still. Let your eyes look forward, soft gaze. Not a bone in the body is going to move. As my eyes try to look for as much of the room as possible. Really make your eyes look to the left and down and to the right and up, forward. It's kind of moving all over. Literally exercising the eyes and the muscles around the eyes. Which is important because those eye muscles via nerves are connected to upper neck muscles. So if your upper neck bothers you, eye exercises are the route to go. Then, only allowing things from the shoulders up to move. Make your eyes look, and that can twist neck and head. Intaking the room, and moving wherever it is, but letting vision or what you're looking at be the guide. Then I can move through the ribs, but not the pelvis. Noticing how much more of the room you can see. And then all of me can move. Literally just intaking the room and letting that move the bones and the muscles. This is our stretch. Then spot something to the left of you. Keep your eyes softly fixed on whatever that is without coming out of your seat. Begin to reach for whatever that is. Without coming out of your seat, how close to that thing can you reach? One hand, both hands, the other hand. And then come back to center. Look for something over to your right. Reach for it with one hand. Without coming out of your seat, can you reach to it with both hands? Like you're really reaching for whatever it is. It's not, I'm pointing. It's, I can reach that thing, I would. Then kind of look up for something. Reach for it. Turning behind you, reach for whatever that thing is. The other direction. Come back to your center. Rock right butt cheek to left butt cheek. Can you create a sense of movement all the way up through the spine? So you can see we're kind of revisiting some of the stuff we did last week, but with a different framework around it. Have you ever thought, why do we have senses, right? Why can we hear? Why can we see? Why can we feel? Why can we taste? It's so we can explore our environment. The way we explore our environment is through movement. We move through it, we touch things, we pull them close, we push them away. So we're going to explore how eyesight, sound, kinesthetic touch informs our movement and stops us and pushes us forward in the movement itself. So go ahead and lie all the way down. Let your body sink into whatever it is you're lying on right now. Go ahead and pick one leg up. Watch that foot. Start to make designs and movement with that foot. Maybe it's wiggling of the toes. Maybe it's a point flex or a circle. See if you can make it kaleidoscopic, meaning a little more creative, a little more adventurous rather than point, flex, circle, 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 circle. It's, can there be some three-dimensional movement? Almost like you're going to surprise yourself. Then let that movement happen all the way through the leg. Maybe that leg wants to go out or come back, moving up and down. Wherever it goes, you're going to keep your eyes on it. Then, other leg. You can start small, get comfortable, and then just kind of moving through that. Can you surprise yourself at how that leg can move, where it can go to? What about both legs? They can interface or play or push or touch one another, or they can do their own thing. Maybe you even need to pick your head up to look at your own legs. How does that change if we decide to give ourselves a hug? Which way feels better? Supported with the arms or not? Choose that. And then find center. Let your arms open to the letter T. Take a look over at your right hand. Follow your right hand as your right hand comes over and tries to touch your left and moves beyond your left. Then watch that hand as it goes up and over. Take a look over at your left hand. Follow the hand as it goes over and reaches. Come back. Can that right hand take a different route? Maybe it wants to go over the head and sweeping toward. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just wants to reach. Left hand, where does it want to go? Right hand. Left hand. What if the two hands joined together? They can make fists, they can hold hands, they can just be stacked. If they went up and over and reached. And center. Take a moment, just relax. Let your whole back sink into the mat. Roll over to the right hip and right back ribs. Then push down with your right foot to roll over to left hip and left back ribs. It's just kind of waking up the back side of the body. Just like you're imprinting and touching, imprinting and touching, imprinting and touching. And center. Bring your knees towards your chest. Make that little shape that we were playing with and begin to roll forward and back. See if you can balance up without your feet touching the floor. It's like a balance on the right and left butt cheek, the sits bones maybe. And back and up, back and up. Your arms can be wherever they'd like. Then see if you can balance just on the right butt cheek. And then the left. And then the right. And then the left. Go back to both hold. Pick something in front of you. Without coming off of the two butt cheeks, can both legs reach for whatever you're looking at? And then come back in. Both legs reach for whatever you're looking at and come back in. Now remember, we're not just pointing. We're trying to reach for whatever that is. They're really reaching and back in. Now, can both legs and one arm reach for the thing? How about the other arm? Other arm. Both arms. Ooh. Two more. One more. Hold, keep your legs reaching. Liberate the arms. They can go wherever they want to go. Legs are still reaching. And rest. Just rock. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. Sit so that you find left leg in front, right leg to the side. If this doesn't work for you, go here. Really not a big deal. Hold here. From there, we're going to fall over to one side. Our hand will brace us. We'll come back over. Fall. Fall practice. Fall practice. Revisiting from last week. Now you can continue to do that, or the side that has the bent leg or the stretched out leg, whatever side that is for you, wherever that hand goes, your eyes are going to follow it. Then coming up, that hand sweeps right and left, right and left. You may need to use the free hand or not. How far behind you can that hand get? Three, two, one. Other side. Simply swap the legs down and over. A little fall practice, limbering up that spine. And remember, if this is the level that works best for you, stay here. Do this thing. Learn this thing in your body. Or follow with your eyes. Now, different side, it's going to feel different. One more. Right and left. Right and left. Eventually, reaching for whatever you can touch or reach for behind you. Again, it's not just point. It's not there. It's there. Reach for it. Reach for it. Reach for it. Reach for it. What are you looking at? Pick something particular. Name it. I'm reaching for the basket, for the leaf, for the basket, for the leaf. And rest. Turning onto hands and knees. From there, most of us now are familiar with cat-cows. So if you're not, cat is simple flexion of the spine, rounded. Cow is extension of the spine. We're sinking down as I lift my head and my tail. Cat, cow, cat, cow. Now, most of us have learned cat-cow from that perspective. Do the cow, do the cat. Round the spine, unround the spine. But we, you, me, we are animals. Animals do not move without listening, smelling, intaking their environment. They are a part. They know intrinsically this space is different than your space. And I gotta check it out in order to move. So rather than just doing cat-cow, round yourself into the shape of the cat. Hold. Make your eyes look for your own eyebrows. Make the eyes look forward, up toward the ceiling, and to the ceiling as far behind you as the eyes can get. Ta-da, you are in cow. Hold. Make your eyes look for your lips. Look down at the mat. Begin to look for your own belly button. Really get there. Ta-da, shape of the cat. Eyes look first. My eyes guide me into the cow. My vision shifts and I look down for my own belly button. Now, if I look forward and to the left, that shape changes. If I look down and to the right, that shape changes. Up and to the right, the shape changes. Down and to the left, the shape changes. So keep exploring. What in your room are you looking at? And how can that allow the spine a little bit of freedom, a little bit of movement as I explore cat-cow from vision? How does it change if I simply make a choice? And the choice I'm going to make is I take one limb, an arm, a leg out of the equation. That thing never gets to touch the floor. Now, it doesn't have to be rigid. It can be, if that helps, but it can just be liberated. It can move wherever it wants to go. In fact, I could say, I got to follow, I've got my foot. I've got to have my eyes follow wherever that foot goes. Or I could just do cat-cow. What works best for you today? Pick another limb. Another limb. And the last one. Take a moment, rest, sink back into that. Rocking right, rocking left. Right side, left side. From there, align yourself so that your head is on top of your ribs, on top of your pelvis. Lifting up, coming back down. Lifting up, coming back down. How does that change if you close your eyes? It's up to you to decide if that works for you or not. How about if we shift more weight to the right leg? Or to the left? It's like by removing that sense, we are heightening, we are reorienting the experience around the other senses. So here I can really feel that yawing to the right and to the left. I can come through center, go to the right, over to the left, or left and to the right. Back, down. Now you've got a lot to play with there. You can go up, down. You can go right, left. Eyes open, eyes closed. You can do all of that, or you can add to it some falling forward practice. Meaning I come up, down, back up. Here, I can go to the right. Back down. I can do all of that with my eyes closed. Now, I'm not advocating. I want to be clear. This is not me saying fall forward into a push-up with your eyes closed if you don't know how to do that. But so many of us have been practicing for a very long time how to do this. So if it feels emergent, if it feels like, yeah, I'm curious about that, do it. So many people come to me with questions on balance. And when I'm like, it's this work, they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. You want to work on balance? Here it is. Learning to come on center and off center. One more of those. From there, let's work on toes. Tuck your toes. Sit back on your heels to the best of your ability today. I know. So we're just here. Walk backwards and just be here. Now, if this is a lot for you and you're like, I don't know about this, come in and out of this. Maybe I go up, maybe I go down. If you want more, put your hands right in front of your knees. From here, can you keep your hands here and drop your heels to the floor behind you? And then back down. Again. Can you integrate the cat-cow moment? Two more. One more. Take a moment. Just listen to the sound of your own breath. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. One more. Good. From there, let's go back into that up and down thing. But let our eyes scan the room to the left and behind us, and then to the right. If you need something to look at, follow your own hand. Stay up, spot something, reach for it, and bring yourself back on track. Other direction, reach for it. Back up. Reach for something new. And up. Something new. One more each side. Last one. Hands down, heels down. Walk your hands towards your feet and just be there. Maybe even hold your own elbows and just dangle. All the way up. From there, orient yourself to standing, meaning just look. Get your bearings. Here I am. Then weight shifts to the right, weight shifts to the left. It's that thing we've been doing all along. Weight shifting right, weight shifting left. I can make my eyes participate in it or take my eyes out of the equation and just feel the rock. Can you do it in a way that liberates a limb? Feel the totality of that foot, the width, the length. Do you have all of the toes that you have engaged there? Are they aware? How about on the other side? Other side. Other side. If you do, can you pause and hold? Just begin to move. Feel like I need more guidance than that. Pick a hand, follow that hand. See if you can have a little bit of a dynamic balance moment. Then set the other foot down, shift the weight, and move. One more to each side. And last one over here. Then let your hands rest on your heart. Feel the heartbeat underneath your hands. Feel the breath move through the body. Take a look around at your room, your space. It is different than everyone else's. Tell yourself thank you and tell your space thank you for being a very active participant in today's session with you. You couldn't have done it without your space. Then take a look at the screen. Anyone you see on screen, anyone in the room with you, dogs, cats, small animals included. Tell your community thank you. Thank you guys so much for inviting us into your space and for joining us in ours. I hope you stay tuned for more this week. We're going to explore the senses even more for stress reset and one more MoveLab. Thanks, everybody. I'll stick around for some questions.
Thank you so much, James. I'm nice and warmed up now. I was freezing before.
Good.
Yay. All right. Any questions from anyone today?
We have a thank you and a special thank you for getting me to work my abs before I realized it's happening.
All warm and flexy. That's right. Awesome. Thank you. And where's Mr. Bob Ross today?
He is at home. He will be joining us for probably the rest of this week. Jason is headed to Portland and we have 2 questions. Where are the questions?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, in the question area. I forget about that area sometimes.
When will the recording be available?
What's the other question? I can't get to it.
The other question is, this was great. Thanks so much. My heart is beating. Are these archived? So it's really the same question.
Kind of the same question. So we do have the last 2 blocks from last summer and last fall are already available on our YouTube page. If you go to YouTube and go to Western Health Advantage to the playlist, you can access all of the classes. This particular block, I don't have a set date that we'll be able to get them posted. It does have to go through our marketing team to kind of clean up the links and get our branding on it. And I never really given a time when that will happen, like a for sure time. So we're going to get them up as soon as possible. But in the meantime, you can surely get to the archived ones that we've done from before. But we will have these all up eventually, I promise.
Good.
Oh, you're welcome, Brianna. Brianna was having some trouble getting into the class and we figured it out today. So I'm glad that you're in and that you made it. Awesome.
Good. So yes, Bob Ross, my dog, will be joining us probably Wednesday and Friday. I'll actually be at home for a stress reset.
Oh, fabulous.
And Thursday we will be here and he will undoubtedly be here for probably all of them.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see him. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Raymond, for pointing out those questions to us. I forget to look in that area, but thanks all. And we'll see you tomorrow for Stress Reset. Thanks, James.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Raymond.